Chords are already made for you.
Exactly. It's chord progression.
That's cold. Yeah, we using this one. We using this one. All right, let's get to
spot for that. Again, we'll just share the everyone join for my stream alone. My server. It's definitely that music you drink after. This music you drink to after she cheated. Um, Wagwan, Wagwan Internet. I'm here. Sorry, posting in the places. Hi, good sis. Hello, hello everyone. What's up, nerds? Uh, on the YouTube side of things, what's up? What's goody? We're back at it. My good sis, it's fine if you have a canoggin. No one's gonna judge you. I know y'all can't tell because of all of this hair, but I too have quite a nugget. So, it's out of love. This is crazy. Not you feeling like that. Anywho, to those of y'all watching this a day late, a year late, a week late, I did that out of order. To those of you watching this a day late, a week late, a month late, a year late, however late it is, and you're wondering what in the hell this is, then what this chaos is all about. This is the Cozy Corner Podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things. This just sounded right to me. Well, next time I'll just leave it. This is the Cozy Corner Podcast, where we will lead, where we talk about everything pop culture and pop culture and music related and everything in between. I am not a media personality. I am just an artist with a podcast. Um, and you know, just allowing my voice to be used for a certain part of the community that doesn't need my help. Um, you know what I mean? Doesn't need my help with their voices being lifted up, but regardless of all of that being the truth, like you know what I mean, we're here, and so that's what it's, and that's really what the Cozy Corner podcast was all started for and is about. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel because we don't just do this; we do other things here on the channel. Um, you know what I mean? I am trying to keep some professionalism to this so that people will keep coming back. Jesus. If y'all want to come and be a part of this chat, whether on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side, um, if you're watching this on the YouTube side, subscribe to the Cozy Corner, to the Cozy Clubhouse TV channel on the tubes of you, um, and turn on that post notification bell so you get notified every single time I go live, a video drops, and everything in between there. Um, Also, if you want to come and see what's going on the Twitch side of things, twitch.tv/BVNB1 underscore 47. And yeah. They gonna watch. They gonna watch. We acting up together. Oh my god. You know what? Subscribe and come be a part of this chaos if you want to. Um, Come be a part of this chaos if you want to at your own risk. Um, you know what I mean? The Cozy Clubhouse is all about everybody being themselves. Um, this is a judgment free zone. This is a ism free zone. Um, everything and everything else in between. Not at your own risk. We don't bite too hard is crazy work. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Oh brother. Oh god. This is so chaotic. Oh, this is so chaotic. But I'm also here for it. Why did my teeth catch a stray? What is happening? Oh, oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. Um. Yeah, man. Like is described. They do the things. you know, and stuff and things and what have you and what's not and whatnots and who's its galore. I look like I bite. I'm not gonna respond to that 'cause I don't know how to feel about that just yet. Um, let me boot up Discord so we can check out some stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Speaking of which, because I know some of y'all gonna probably ask in the comments. No, I didn't watch the Oscars. No, I don't care that John Cena ran around naked during the Oscars. I could care less. Um, Hollywood is weird, and that's all I have to say about it. Since y'all didn't watch either, I didn't think so. I had no desire to, respectfully. Yes. Hashtag Holly weird. Um, oh, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. That's none of my business. Don't make what face? You the one. Okay, I can't make that face, but you said that you said what you said. I didn't think that was gonna get that response. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy to me. Not Discord actively hoeing me. I mean, it would be fine. But yeah, just to address that because I know motherfuckers gonna be like, oh, well, you said you talk about everything pop culture. Yeah, I talk about a lot of stuff pop culture. I talk about a lot of things, but just know I actively don't care um, about the Oscars or the recorded. Like, you know what I mean? Not about the Oscars. Um, and the reason being is y'all know what y'all did. Y'all keep playing in people's faces, more specifically black people, and you think that like because we don't say nothing, we don't notice. These Twitch chat comments. Oh my god. Oh, brother. Hold, please. Anyway, moving on through this chaos. We're just gonna do it off the phone. I don't know about every stream, but she does a lot. Anywho. That's what it was. As far as sports is concerned, because I realized last pod he said who tops heard. Some of the randoms be coming in here and acting like weird. Some of the randoms come in here on straight bull stuff. Be some first time chatters that be yeah, it'd be some first time chatters that pop through here and be putting her to shame. Not that it's a competition, but yeah, some of those first time chatters be. Anyway, because I know for some of y'all that be tuning in for some of the sports takes, we gonna get to that. Hold the phone. Discord is booting. While Discord is booting, let me not forget. I mean, I know y'all see what shirt I have on. We definitely gotta. First of all, honestly, as far as like the geek and the nerd and the anime community and the blurred community is concerned, I definitely would not be doing my due diligence if I did not say rest in peace to the family of Akira Toriyama. Yeah, for those of y'all that don't know Ball and don't know who in the hell that is, Akira Toriyama is the manga artist for the Dragon Ball Z anime. And he passed away last week. So yeah, as far as in the anime community, we lost us a very very important figure, a very very important individual. Uh, start there because it's just it was sudden news, and so that's a big thing. So yeah, definitely. Rest in peace to the great Akira Toriyama. Uh, and the deepest of condolences to him and his family. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, we can start there. And for all of you Pittsburgh Steeler fans, yes, I heard the news. Yes, okay, I heard the news. I'm sure all of you guys are excited. I'm sure that makes you all really really happy. That you know what I mean. That you guys got Russell Wilson as your QB. Um, good sis, I would love to. But also the thing about that is I'm also streaming on YouTube. So yeah, it's I would love to, but mm-hmm. Russellina is disgusting. What? um, but yeah, as far as that's concerned, I'm not gonna say I'm not excited. Um, it's more so of that thing of where it's just like I kind of like um. mm, Part of me doesn't care. If I could be like so for real and so fair about it, like yeah, part of me just doesn't care. Um, yeah, I don't know. It just like you know, he's he's on what his this is what his third team now. So it just like So yeah, there's that. Ah, so the Colts are. I don't know. I know they're still working on that deal for or it might be done by now. This looks like this was some weeks old. Oh, nope. It was 24 hours ago. Ew, I scrolled up too high. Now my eyes burn. Yuck. All I seen was that powder blue and my stomach instantly started bubbling. Anywho, that's not relevant. Thanks to our lovely correspondent, our sports correspondent in the cozy clubhouse. Go Heels is disgusting. And if you weren't so good at being our most valuable mod, I'd time you out for like 20 minutes for saying something like that. Anywho's in. So yeah, the Colts are still working on that deal for Kenny Moore Jr. and Kenny Moore the second and Mikey Pittman. Um, for what it's worth, I hope this happens. Just because, yeah, you know, scrolling. Yeah, I found out about this. I didn't do it, but you see how your feelings are slightly hurt? Imagine how imagine how I feel right now. Ah, Tony Pollard's going to the Tennessee Titans. I seen that on Twitter as well. Um, all I have to say is suck it, Cowboys fans. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Suck it, Cowboys fans. Eat your heart out. I'm not hurt because you wouldn't dare. So speaking of which, she says everybody keeps asking me about this kid. Um, I didn't realize the Hall of Fame requested his cleats to put in the Hall of Fame because he had the fastest 40 time in NFL history. I didn't realize. Shout out to Xavier Worthy. Um, Shout out to Xavier Worthy. You know, um, I've been a fan of bro. I knew he was a talented dude. Um, I think he's got an excellent skill set. Um, that's gonna work great at the next level. Um, and yeah, man, shout out to him for doing the things. And then yeah, shout out to the boy Demario Davis and the Saints organization for doing a really good job of for doing the things and able to help him get that deal done. Being able to help him get that deal done. Uh, so he's gonna retire a Saint, um, which makes me feel good because I think what I mean. He's been such a key and pivotal piece to our defense over the years. Him and Cam Jordan. Um, so it's just good to have some guys that are going to be around long term. Tis important for us. Now, this is the big one. For not the big one. Well, the Packers cutting Aaron Jones is also crazy. Um, but this right here, the Atlanta Falling Birds. Oh, I'm sorry, Atlanta fans. I mean, the Atlanta Fakers. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons. Um, signed former Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins. Um, and I mean, let's just look at these numbers here. So it's a total of 4 years, 180 mil, with 100 of that being guaranteed. On top of that, he has a $45 million per average per year. It's like salary included in that. Now, reason why that's a big one, chat, is let me get full screen for that. Reason why that's a big deal is because this is the second time now. Second time that Kirk Cousins has been able to. I don't even know why I'm being nice about it. Has been able to essentially finesse a franchise out of some money. Um, he did it with the Minnesota Vikings a couple years ago when Minnesota gave him all that money. Um, and we've seen the results of what came from that, which was a whole lot of nothing. And it just seems like um, If I'm not mistaken, didn't Atlanta draft a quarterback last year? They did, right? The Ridley kid. No, the Desmond Ritter. That his name? I don't know. He wears an Atlanta. He wears an Atlanta. He wears a Falcons jersey. So I actively don't pay attention to him because he wears the jersey of a division rival. So you know, respectfully, with respectfully, because it's not with love. Because fuck the Falcons forever. Um, you said, don't they still have Kyler? That's the Cardinals. Wrong bird team. Or did they trade for Kyler this offseason? Yeah, nah, yeah, that's the Cardinals. But you're good. They didn't. But yeah, it's one that you it's all fair. You said there's one of them red bird teams. Yeah, no. And Kyler's in Arizona. Um those stank ass birds in Atlanta had Desmond Ritter. Um and now they got Kirk Cousins to scam them out of $180 million for 4 years. Um, Honestly, I don't have anything positive to say about the Atlanta Falcons organization. Um, because again, as a Saints fan, actively fuck them forever. You just don't like any birds, huh? We're not. Uh, we're not gonna make this about my active beef with the crows in Stardew Valley. Um, you had to. Yeah, you had to. Oh my goodness. And then here come good sis with a caw. Poof, nigga. Oh my god. Um, what was I saying? Um, oh yeah, yeah. Anyone want some barbecued bird? Anywho, uh, yeah, just actively as a Saints fan, it's forever. It's forever. Fuck the Falcons. Um, uh, um, yeah, but yeah, just actively as an active, really as an active Louisiana sports fan in general. It's fuck any sports team in Atlanta. Um, um, you know, yeah, there's just that for really. Um, am I coming over to get some food? Sure. Let me just power up my rocket boots, and I'll fly over there. Oh my gosh! So actively, I hope that uh, for all of you Atlanta Doodoo Birds fans, I hope that actively lets you know how much I give less than a residual fuck about the fact that y'all signed this man Kurt family member Cousins. Like, doesn't matter. Um, Atlanta as a city is amazing. It's fun. It's always a good time. Um, you know what I mean? Nightlife, live performance, like, you know what I mean? Nightlife, live shows, all the things. Um, you know what I mean? Black Hollywood, all of those things. It's great. On the sports side of things, y'all niggas is just wasting money. Sell all of your teams. Sell them all. Except the Braves. The Braves are the only team that y'all should actively be keeping. Um, because at least sports wise, at least the Braves are actively doing something worth talking about. Um, but you know, respectfully, with the least amount of love in there possible, um, you should you should sell the Hawks. You should just absolutely sell the Falcons and just, you know what I mean, turn that stadium into a concert hall. Um, you would probably actively get better use out of it that way. Um, yeah, you would just actively get better use out of it that way. Ain't nobody talking about the Jayhawks right now. But respectfully, with love, shout out to the University of Kansas. Y'all are doing your men's basketball team. Y'all are doing y'all thing this year again. Um, like, you know what I mean. Y'all doing y'all thing, and it's cute or whatever. Um, you know, y'all are one of my favorites going into March Madness, so that's a thing. Um, yeah, but yeah, man. Shout out to Kirk Cousins for getting your money. Uh, fuck the Falcons. Um, yeah, Fuck the Falcons. And I'm not sorry that I said it. Fuck the Falcons forever. Um, okay. Now, we had this conversation about NFL running backs already and how their lifespan isn't very long in the NFL, and I've already went on my rant about that, and everything that I feel about that I still stand on. Um, but what I am actively confused about um, is kindly and respectfully, I would like for somebody who lives in Green Bay, Wisconsin, to kindly explain to me what the entire fuck do you guys plan on doing now that you guys have gotten rid of Aaron Jones. Um, yeah. So what's the plan now? Who's gonna be your leading rusher now? You said you didn't see that one coming at all. Neither did I. That's why I'm actively confused about it for real. Um, I just so now the question for me is like, okay, so now what? So now what's the like? You know what I mean? Now what? Um, yeah. Now what? um, just, I don't know. Um, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's that thing of where it's like he can't go to he can't go to Houston because Houston's trying to put all their money into getting Saquon Barkley. So you know what I mean? So that money's kind of tied up there. Um, Respectfully, with love, I don't think he could come down to New Orleans because I think Alvin Kamara is making too much money. Um, so like you know what I mean. So like now it's just that thing of where it's just like okay, cool. So like where does he go? Whoop. Was this live, Miss Lady J? Did he just tweet this? Or was this just tweeted? That's hilarious. Especially considering who it came from a couple hours ago. Okay, so it's not like fresh, but it's still pretty new. That's hilarious. Considering who that just came from, who that came from, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's actually that's no, that's like actively hilarious considering who that joke is who I mean not that joke who that comment is coming from. uh, okay, so the Patriots are still trying things. I don't know if Jacoby Brissett is the answer, but they're still trying things. Um, but yeah, back to Aaron Jones. Just to wrap up the thoughts on Aaron Jones. Um, First of all, shout out to you, my guy. Um, I hope you go and you get your ducats. I hope you go and you get the money that you are owed. Um, and for what it's worth, chat, I actually have been a fan of Aaron Jones for a while. Back when it was him and Jamal Jones back there in Green Bay. Um, you know what I mean? Back when it was him and Jamal Jones you know what I mean? Him and Jamal Jones actively sharing, like, you know what I mean? Sharing the carries and having consecutive 1,000-yard seasons together. Um, so yeah, that's the thing. But again, let's get back and let's touch on this Tiki Barber comment. You're dead to us, Saquon. Good luck. You're dead to me. Kind of funny considering the fact that this is the same Tiki Barber. You said it wasn't even that deep. It usually never is. And again, it's just really, it's also like super hypocritical considering the fact that who the fuck it was that said it. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know what I mean? The Giants faithful may have forgotten. Um, but somebody like me, who's not that deep of a Giants fan, I also remember Tiki Barber left New York for some seasons. And I'm not sure if that's 100% facts or not, but I don't remember him retiring as a Giant. I might be wrong on my history, but I know for sure he left for some seasons. Because I actively remember that for sure. I actively remember there were seasons where he was actively like toting the rock in different jerseys. I want to say for a minute there he was on a new team every year for a little bit. So it's just really the hypocrisy of it all, chat, to be like, you're dead to us and you're dead to me. There's obviously got to be some more context in there, I'm sure, um, that I'm not reading into just yet. Um, but it just seems quite unnecessary. Because again, I said that when he was drafted by the Giants. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be the best. Um, I don't know if that's going to be the best. I don't know if that's going to work out the best for him. You know what I mean? Just considering, because I actively remember, like, I watched Saquon Barkley's career when he was at Penn State. I remember what he did at Penn State. The boy was cold. The boy not even was. The boy is cold. The boy is talented. But it's just that thing of where, again, if y'all don't believe me when I actively say it matters where you play, like, you know what I mean? Where you play and who you play for. Case in point, again, and motherfuckers can say that I'm like, you know what I mean? Can say I'm glazing this man all they want, but case in point, again, the San Francisco 49ers and Christian McCaffrey. It's crazy how all of a sudden this man went from being on fraud watch when he was playing for the Carolina Panties to now back to being one of the most like you know what I mean? Back to being one of the top 10 active running backs in the league. So yeah, it's just that thing now where just with that comment, that's just yeah. As Miss Lady J said, it wasn't that deep to begin with. It's still not that deep now. Um, Especially considering the fact that Tiki Barber, you left for some seasons. You left. And nobody said a damn thing about it. Matter of fact, I remember one season you wound up in Tampa Bay so you could play with your brother. Hmm. How quickly we forget. Oh man. This one actually does kind of make me sad. Thank you for posting this one, Miss Lady J. Um, for any of my hoop fans out there, Otto Porter has officially announced his retirement. I believe it's at the end of the season, right? Because he's still playing for the Raptors right now. Um, but the reason of why that hits me in a way is because Otto Porter was actually one of my favorite like non superstar players. Um, and I mean, yeah, okay, sure. He was like, okay, y'all can say whatever y'all want. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all casuals can say whatever y'all want and be like, oh, it's like crazy how you were a fan of like crazy how that was your favorite non superstar player with the injuries he had and the way he bounced around the league like a thought bounces around the club. It's like, okay, bro. He had to move around a lot. So it's professional sports. This is not a job at Wendy's. Niggas move a lot. You know? Everybody's not making LeBron and Stephen Curry money where they like, you know what I mean? Where they're guaranteed to be somewhere for like 6, 7, 8, 9 years plus. Like I said, this is professional sports. Niggas move around. Niggas move around. Sometimes unwillingly. So like, which is what happened a lot to Otto Porter early. Otto Porter Jr. early in his career. There were points in his career where he moved around unwillingly for like the first. I know like the first 2 years he did struggle with some like injuries or whatever. Um, and then yeah, after that he bounced around for a minute. Vis-a-vis, he was involved. He was part of a lot of trade packages. Like fuck you want bro to do? Nah. I love it. Shout out to Saquon Barkley for that response. Essentially saying everything that I just said. It's like, yeah, you're the. It's like, yeah, buddy, because you're the prime example of what loyalty means. Like, it's like, yeah, sure, buddy, whatever. It's like, cool, thanks for that. I'm gonna try to, but yeah, again, man, shout out to Otto Porter Jr. Man, um, hell of a career. Um, yeah, hell of a career. He gets to walk out with a ring because he was on that Warriors team that destroyed the Celtics. Um, um, was a key contributor to that lineup change that Steve Kerr did to help them win that chip. So yeah, he's not leaving empty handed. Um, yeah, he's not leaving empty handed. And yeah, Godspeed to whatever it is you want to do next as well, my guy. Whatever it is, like plans or stuff you have post retirement. Um, I'm the kind of guy that says do them all. Um, because yeah, you know what I mean. You did the things. Um, you know what I mean. You did the things. You know what I mean. You spent your time. You've felt like there's all that it is that you can do. Um, yeah, you've done that. You've done that. So shout out to you, my G. Shout out to you indeed. Um, yeah, no, that one that I'm not like super sad, but I am kind of bummed out about that one. That one does bum me out a little bit. Not like in a oh now I'm gonna be depressed. kind of way, but it's just like a damn man. Like I said, that's one of my favorite. Not that was one of my favorite non superstars in the league. Um, so yeah, man, shouts out to him. Said, you know that feeling? Yeah, man. It's not like a like, oh man, he's retiring. Now I'm gonna be depressed. Like, but it's just like, damn, bro. I know you wasn't like a like. I know like at no point in in your career you were like the guy, but I fucked with your game. I fucked with your game. So yeah, that's that. Um, yeah, also as far as with the Saquon Barkley thing, shout out to you, gangster, for standing on business. Cause yeah, of all people to say something like Tiki Barber, like that's just so random. So random of you to do that. Like of all people to say something, it's like that's really one of those things of where it's just like you. The fuck are you mad about? You? You're mad? The guy who you're mad. Boy. If you don't get your like what? That because that is exactly the sentiment. That is exactly the sentiment that I have as far as that's concerned. Because it's just really like, you know what the equivalent to that is, chat? That's like somebody who actively don't have they life and they shit together, um, but have the unmitigated nerve and gall to sit there and want to tell you what they think you should do with your life. Um, that's what that comment gives. It's like, nigga, you're not. If it would have came from anybody else, I would have understood. But why are you saying something? Respectfully, sort of. But like you being upset about you. And again, Saquon is a better Saquon handled that better than me because I would have been super petty about it. I'd have been that nigga been like, I'd have been the one been like, seeing that and would have been like, nigga, ain't you the one that left New York to go play with your brother? Fuck is you talking to me for? I get it. I'd be upset too if I never had hair my whole entire career. It just looked like you know what I mean. And every time I took my helmet off, I looked like a chewed up milk dud, um, with shoulder pads on. I would be upset too, I guess. But like I don't. You know what I mean? I just think it's odd that's when you decided that you know what I mean. It's bold of you to assume that motherfuckers was gonna be behind you for making such a comment. Um, you know what I mean? When the back of your head looks like a sat on chocolate raisin after it's been left out in the sun for 3 days. But it's just really crazy to me that you would even say the things that you said, because considering the fact that you bounced around the league like a thought for a couple of seasons, but now all of a sudden, because I want to better myself and better my career, now you want to make the comments that you want to make. I just find that shit kind of awkward. Um, But it's also that thing of where, like, I'm coming to realize is that, you haven't been talked about in some years. So you just felt like doing something for the sake of folks talking about you. Um, so you're welcome, I guess, in that instance. Um, oh, and the top of your head looks like an almond joy, but that's fine. I'm childish. I'm too childish for that, Jack. See, that's why it's that thing of where, like, I want all those kids. Oh, but like I was saying, Jack, God knew what He was doing when He made me, when He gifted me the gift of being a musical artist. Um, like, you know what I mean? Because yeah, it's that thing of where, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can, not saying that there's not drama in the entertainment business, because there is, but there's actually more of that freedom of that you're just able to go about the shit however you see fit. More so in the entertainment business, of where it's the fact that this grown ass man is actively upset that another grown ass man wanted to, like, you know what I mean, made a decision to want to better his own life. It's giving you didn't have enough to do today. That's what that's giving. It's giving you didn't have enough to do today. So because you had time today, you felt like making the comment that you made. Again, as my good brother and friend Stefan would say, I hope you fall face first into some Legos, sir. And I mean that very disrespectfully. I'm not gonna wish death on you because that's tough, but I am gonna wish all of the inconveniences on you. Um, I hope all of your right socks go missing. Um, you know, I hope every time you get into the shower for the next 2 weeks, not the socks, yeah, the socks. All every pair of right socks every pair of right foot socks you have. I hope they just all go missing conveniently at the same time. Um, I hope you can't find nothing but left socks in your drawer for the next 2 months because of this comment that you made. I hope your shower is always cold for the next 2 months because of the comment that you made. Um, I hope your mattress has a lump in it. I hope uh, I hope your coffee is always cold. I hope someone spits in your scrambled eggs the next time you order scrambled eggs. Um, I hope you get stuck in traffic for the next 6 years because of the fact that you wanted to hate on this grown man. It's just too much. The spitting and the scrambled eggs was too much. That was too far. Sorry. Um, sorry. I told you I'm childish. That was a bit much. Oh, sorry. I said I was childish about stuff like this because it's that thing of where I don't even have anything personally to relate to that because that's not even the same thing. Can they just be full of eggshells? Yeah, that works too. Because then now you have crunchy scrambled eggs, and no one likes those. Well, there's some weirdo out there that does, but you know, he probably doesn't go outside much. Um, and he probably lives in a place that people don't think is real, like Montana. So, um, but yeah, I don't even have like a personal thing to like tie it into anything because the closest thing to that I have is the um. For those that don't know, early in my career, I was signed to a Christian record label. Um, and the artist that was also the owner and the CEO of the label at the time, uh, when I made the transition from gospel hip hop to the music that I do now, um, a bro made comments about me being a sellout or whatever. Um, yeah, it's just that thing of where, let's just say I handled that situation very childish. Um, yeah, I didn't handle that situation like an adult. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, and I'm not sorry about it because actively so you said I support it. I'm glad. A lot of people did actually. A lot of people were like, and it's not that thing where again, if you see this nigga, you know what you did. So like, let's not act like I tried to rally people around. Like I tried to rally people behind me. Like some troops to actively be like, yeah, fuck this guy. It's just like, nah, bro. What you said was corny. And on top of that, the biggest song you have is with somebody who isn't a Christian artist. So let's talk about it. But I'm a sellout, right? It's just that thing of where, again, I've said it then and I will actively say it now. Watch your mouth when you talk about me, buddy. Anti-hoozin. Anti-hoozin. Because it's just actively that thing of where it's just like shit like that is just corny. Respectfully. Especially considering the fact that, my nigga, you're not holier than thou. You don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. There's actually an amount of money that you still owe me. So anywho. But yeah, that's the closest thing that I can think of that like would relate to the situation that Saquon is going through right now. Because I'll never forget it. Like I will actually never forget that day. And then I promise I'm gonna stop talking about this individual because I promise you I can care less what this individual thinks or feels about me now where I'm at in my career. Because it's just like, nigga, you've been doing nothing but block parties for the past however many years. What are we in 2024? Yeah. They still paying you to do those block parties, or I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna be childish about it, but um yeah, because I'll never forget this, right, chat? I actively made the decision that I was going to transition um out of gospel hip hop into, you know what I mean, into making the music that I make now. Um, and it's crazy how everybody else that I told was like, "Yo, man, like if you need anything, like we're here to support you. We got your back." Um, Even all of my church friends was like, "Yeah, bro, like you know what I mean. Like we'll actively be praying for you. We'll support you." Da 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 da. Um, and even the ones that were real about it, they were like, you know what I mean, just let us know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't really get babysitters like that. So just let us know when you have like some kid friendly shows that we can come to. We'll definitely pop out and support and do the things um, and all the shit, right? Tell me why this individual that I'm speaking of was only one of two individuals that had a problem with the fact that I made that decision for me, mind you. And also, again, we had that conversation last week of where it's just like, also like you sitting there doing all that hating, and it's like you don't even realize I've actually actively been called to do this. You know what I mean? You couldn't do a show in the Tower District. Individual number 712 that I'm talking about. You could never do a show in the Tower District around people who actively live a life different than you. Around a bunch of folks who actively lead a different lifestyle than you do. You could never. But it's crazy because I've been called to be the light in those dark places. But I'm the sellout. Worst things I've ever talked about in my music is smoking weed and having sex, but I'm the sellout. You tried to pass off the song that you did with that non-Christian artist as your own, but I'm the sellout. Like, let's just make it make sense. Y'all said let him live. Sure, I guess I'll let you make it. I was actively booked to do shows up and down California and all around the state, but I'm the sellout, right? I've actually made it to the point where I'm able to make music full time, but I'm the sellout. I know y'all know. It's just that thing of where it's just like I want this individual to really really feel really like feel me. You know what I mean? Because it's like you made that comment along with the 17 other corny ass things you did after that. and wonder why anytime actively your name is brought up, I don't want to talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Wonder why anytime your name is actively brought up, or when I get invited to do these block parties that you're also performing at, I actively tell these people no. Not because I'm scared of running into you, because again, only thing I fear is God and death and gators. But that's just the Louisianian in me of why I'm actively terrified of gators. But other than that, it's just like not because I'm afraid of you, because I don't want you coming up to me being fake. So yeah, I will actively turn money down for stuff if I know that you're involved in it in any way. Do me a favor and hold that for me, Playboy. This is going to be a hell of a transition from that into the main thing that I really wanted to talk about today, which is the thing of or the topic of wanting to lead more of a balanced lifestyle. Yes. Um. So yeah, as we talked about a couple of pods ago, and this year I'm actively working on my health and my diet again. Not because I'm trying to impress anybody. Like when I take my shirt off, it's more so again. That's a thing for me personally. I want to be able to like feel a hell of a lot better when I'm on stage doing the things it is that I do. Yeah. So yeah, we talked about that. We also talked about the fact that again, personally for me, I made that decision to start going back to church. And again, it's funny how even in that pod I said nothing about the content was gonna like change for real. And that's funny how still people asked, "Oh, so if you're gonna start going back to church, what does that mean for the content?" Nothing. Not a damn thing. Again, for the 24th time. Nothing. Because again, everybody in the cozy clubhouse community, uh, Miss Lady J, Miss Blue, Stina J, my good sis, all like everybody, like you know what I mean. They're gonna make their jokes and they're gonna say their comments about how I'm I'm the leader of the super heathens, and how my nasty has a cape on it, and all of those things. And to a lot of those things, that there is a degree of truth to them. Sure. But it's also that thing of where, yeah, especially for me, it's that thing of where, um, and shout out to the big bro D Mangum, my big brody Dave, um, and to my big cousin JR. Like, it's that conversations that I had with both of them of saying of where it's just like I needed that balance for me, for me personally. I just needed that balance, because you know, if I think about the things in my life, like if I think about my life scale, a lot of stuff was just leaning to one side because I was just actively spending time around people who are at where they're at in life. Um, and so cool. You want to continually engage in those heathen activities, and I'm not gonna judge you for that. You know what I mean? Like, if, like, you know what I mean? If that's how, like, you know what I mean? You live your livables. You live your livables, and you live in your truth. I know for me to be able to live in my absolute full blown truth, um, it also helps to have that balance to be around God centered and God fearing people. Point blank. Period. I can't continually to lead the life of being a light in a dark place. I can't continually lead the life of being the light in the dark places if I am only, like, you know what I mean, if I am only engaging and conducting my life around nothing but heathens. Respectfully, with love. But like, it's just like, it's not, that's not how this thing works for me. We were at the homie Callie Warner's birthday party, or we were walking back to the venue for the homie Callie Warner's birthday party, and me and the Brody high ups here, we were fucking around, like we were joking, um, like we were just kicking jokes and talking shit and having a good time. And I was like, I'm actively learning some stuff about you this week. I don't know how to feel about it. And he's like, "What? You're learning that I like having sex with women? You should try it." And I was like, "Oh, only if you knew the half." I was like, I didn't even say only if you knew the half. I was like, only if you knew only if you knew a third of what I'd be having going on in that department. Yeah, he was like, "Well, shit, Pop, spill it. What you got going?" I was like, "That's nobody's business but mine." Kind of the way that I like to keep things. Um, and also, we've already talked about this, but I will bring it up again. Sexual health is something that's very, very important to me. So, because yes, I write a lot of R&B um, inspired music. So yes, a lot of my songs are going to be themed around what goes on in the boudoir. Um, I need I don't need that. It's just I know what that conversation, like, you know what I mean. I know what that those assumptions will lead to. And it's like, oh, so he just running around doing a whole bunch of fucking. That's what you think. If that's what you would like to think, cool. I'm not gonna correct you. One, because it's really not your business. Um, yeah, one, because it's really not your business, and yeah, that's really that on that. Like, I don't really have much more to add to that part. Um, and again, as far as like Seer is concerned, I knew he was fucking around. It I knew we were fucking around and he was joking. So like that shit didn't bother me. But it's also that thing of where for the sake of my church family, what I need y'all to understand is that um yeah, again, something like my overall health is extremely important to me, contrary to popular belief, but especially my sexual health more than likely. Most is most important because of the fact that um we live in a world now where a lot of young ladies are free with their, like, you know what I mean. A lot of young ladies are a lot more free with their bodies. Uh, there's no judgment in that. It's just something that I've come to realize and recognize. Um, Not only that, I live in a city that's big, but it's not LA big. I live in a city that's big, but it's not Miami big. I live in a city that's big ish, but it's not New York big. Okay? Reason why that's important is because of the fact that there's this thing that people call the 6 degrees of separation in the part of California that I live in. It's more like the 2 degrees of separation. And just what that means is that y'all, you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody type shit. That's what the 6 degrees of separation is. You know somebody who's like, you know what I mean? You're more than likely dating the cousin of somebody who knows somebody who's the friend of somebody who that you used to date. Um, that hangs out with one of your other homeboys and does, yeah, that type shit. Um, Reason why I bring that up is just because of the fact is that what happens in my city what happens in my part of Cali, uh, there are a lot of young ladies that will have that have absolutely zero shame in going from their used to be boyfriend to like, you know what I mean, who will go from messing with one dude to actively messing with a homegirl's little brother, to messing with a homegirl's cousin, to messing with um, a homegirl's oldest nephew, to messing with you, etc., etc. Yes. Um, in which, with all of that being said, at the very tender, not tender, but at the age that, but at around the age of 26, that's when I very consciously made that decision to be like, oh yeah, I'm not finna be just out here, um, running around, dipping and sticking my package into anything that will let me. Because again, like I said that last week, yeah. Like I said on last week's episode, um, one, Miss Lady, I see what you're throwing it. I see what you're throwing at me, and I don't want your cooties. One, two, on the spiritual side, I don't want to just lay down with you and get up with something that I didn't. That, you know what I mean, and get up with something attached to me that wasn't attached to me before I laid down with you. That's just on a spiritual level. And three, I've gone this far in my life without it burning when I pee. Um, so I would actively like to keep it that way, respectfully with love. Completely understand and agree. W. Now again, that leads to the other conversation of where people will be like, "Oh, well, how does that work if you're polyamorous, but you care so much about your sexual health?" Exactly. Yeah, I'm so glad you asked. How does that work if I'm, according to y'all, supposed to be polyamorous, but I care so much about my sexual health? When, in all actuality, what you have to realize is because of the fact that I am polyamorous, I actually and actively care even more about my sexual health for that reasoning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For all the same reasons that I just said earlier. And into that thing of where, again, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, 40 years down the line, me and whoever my main person is, I come to her and be like, hey, just so you know, we was at a show in Toronto, and a little ting through the vibe at me. and I was kind of feeling it, kind of thinking about pursuing that. Thoughts? And then whatever, like, you know what I mean? Whatever comes of that conversation comes of that conversation. And again, you have to respect the wishes on both sides in that. Because again, your partner has that right to be like, you want to mess with somebody other than just me? Yuck. No, thank you. They have that right. This is polyamory, not polygamy. It's a difference. And polygamy means you want it to be you and two or more other individuals living with you in the same environment. I'm not yucking anybody's yums, and I'm not judging how anybody moves. But respectfully for me, I know I I I can't and don't want to live like that. I can't and don't. I'm barely doing a good enough job of remembering to eat more than once a day. You really think I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna add giving emotional and romantic attention to another individual? Move that from around me. Move that from around me respectfully with love, because hell no. Again, no judge to any of the people that's the form of poly that you're into. Go do that shit and rock out. You know what I mean? Go do that shit and find your people and you rock out. But respectfully, for me, it's that thing of where a conversation has to be had with anyone whom I'm involved with. And it's not a thing of where you wait a couple of months to have that conversation. And preferably, I would say the earlier you could have the conversation, the better. Um, I definitely wouldn't say it's not a first date conversation. Um, it's not a first date conversation at all. Um, to be quite honest, but the earlier that you can have that conversation about it, the better. Um, is it an easy conversation? No, because of the fact of the matter is that um, any non-traditional monogamous relation, like, you know what I mean, any non-traditional monogamous lifestyle isn't a easy conversation to have with anybody. Um, because of the fact, like with everything, like, you know what I mean, because of the fact, like with everything else, there are stigmas and there are stereotypes to, like, you know what I mean, this kind of lifestyle. Um, when really the whole like main and like the main like staple and like flagship point for real with polyamory is just honesty is key in everything. Honesty and removal of ego is key. And it's that thing of where like I have a lot of homeboys that like as soon as I've been like, you know what I mean, as soon as they discovered that I've been talking about this kind of lifestyle a little bit more, um, all my platforms, they've been like, you know what I mean? They've been like kind of asking me about it or whatever. And one of the homies that asked me about it is the jealous type. Um, he gets jealous very easily, and I just straight up and down told him I was like no disrespect and no gatekeeping at all, but this kind of shit wouldn't work for you. Um, I actually said that to both of the homies that asked me about it because one is the king of double standards, and the other one is a jealous type. No, I was like, don't take this the wrong way, gangster, but like one, you person A wouldn't be good at it because double standards, um, and that's not how polyamory works. Um, you individual B, it wouldn't work for you. No hating and no gatekeep shit aside, you know what I mean? No hating and no gatekeep shit on that. Just like, bro, you get jealous. You get jealous. You're too you know what I mean? You're too wrapped up and enthralled in your ego. So it wouldn't, yeah, it just wouldn't work for you. It just wouldn't work. Respectfully. And it's that thing of where again, I say this kind of stuff, right? And then people wind up like seeing my stuff on my platforms or whatever, and then being like, the one thing that really blows me is that a lot of y'all, not y'all in chat, because I love y'all. Uh, a lot of y'all women that are a part of the masses like to be like, damn, and I thought he was one of the good ones. Let me help you understand that. I still am. I'm not a creep. I don't do nothing heinous or devious. It's just that thing for me where it's just like, how do I say this without hurting y'all little feelings? Um, really and truly, it's that thing of where, again, not y'all in chat, but breaking the fourth wall, you women out there, the ones that I see when I move around the city, y'all be swearing up and down you want a nigga that keeps it honest with you until you meet an individual like me that will keep it all the way 1,000 with you. then you can't stand it. When in all actuality, it's not that you want a nigga to keep it honest with you. You want a nigga to tell you everything that you want to hear. It's a difference. It's a difference. Because it's that thing of where, in all actuality, respectfully, some of y'all couldn't even fathom what it would be like if you had a nigga that was just 1,000% honest with you all the time, like I am. Just what the hell I gotta lie to you for? Respectfully, that just takes too much work. Because with the whole concept of lying is just you gotta lie, and then you have to constantly remember whatever lie it is that you told, and you just gotta keep up that lie for however where again. Case in point, I bring this up so many times often, but legit, the last time I was asked about, like, you know what I mean, about my polyamory thing, and I had to explain it instantly, and just like I had to jump out there instantly and be like, so you know, it's not the oh I want to have two wives type situation. Mine is a little bit more semi complicated than that. And the following question after that was, oh, so like I'll never be enough? No, that's not. No, it's never that. It's never that. It's really just all that it comes down to is that it's that whole thing for me of where I know me being the individual that I am, I actively know in my heart of hearts I could love more than one person. If it really came down to it. But I also know that that would have to be a conversation that would have to that would, and when I say have to, I absolutely mean have to be had with every individual involved, no matter how uncomfortable. And why do I stress the fact that that conversation would have to be had? Again, with the honesty thing, I absolutely hate drama. I can't stand it. Drama actively makes me sick. So, fun fact, if that's news to any of y'all that are my like actual like friends IRL, and that like and then sorry if that comes off as news to y'all, that I actively, like, you know what I mean, that I actively don't like drama. But if you didn't know that, yeah, drama makes me sick. If that wasn't obvious by the fact that anytime you tell me anything that's gone on with you in your life and that's like even remotely felt like drama related, my face, like, you know what I mean, my face and my body language and my responses should have told you otherwise. But you know, just so just so we clear and we good on that. I actively can't stand. I hate drama, and I know hate is a very strong word, but I hate it. I just see drama as a pointless thing in life because what does one gain? What does one gain from? What do you gain from any of this shit? Like you know what I mean? What do you gain from it? Like in all actuality, like no, like wholeheartedly, like really just take a step back and actively think about what do you gain from. Now it's different when you just going through something with somebody and y'all are just like you know what I mean, and y'all are just at odds for a little bit. I'm talking about every time you come around your friends, it's always something else going on with you in your life. I'm talking about the if it's one week I see you, it's your boyfriend cheated on you, then the next week, like you know what I mean. Then the next week I see you is the you went to the girl he cheated on you with's house to go fight her, and then from then on to like, you know what I mean. From then on and so forth. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, what do you gain from that? Like, you don't ever just it's like, hey, you don't ever just like sit at home and I don't know, watch TV or something? No, no. You don't ever just think about like not like, oh, I don't know, not being the girl that everybody on Facebook knows everything about. No, it's just that thing where for me, where it's just like, and I already know what that argument gonna be with a lot of y'all. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be. I know. I already know what the argument gonna be for a lot of y'all. Well, how am I gonna get this stuff out? I can't just keep holding it inside. I have to tell somebody. And Facebook seems like the only place that I can do it for free. For free. For free though, because it's that thing of where if it is actually like you say, and you absolutely, actually, in your heart of hearts, have to get it out. Shit, make a Tumblr, make a Patreon, something. Like, you know what I mean? Put it on one of them sites where you're able to put it behind a paywall and like actually like make some money off of your first world problems. If you absolutely have to talk about it. I personally don't know what you're gonna because I you know I don't know really what you're gonna gain from it by posting it on Facebook other than possibly getting carpal tunnel. because your fingers are just away. But if you absolutely have to get it out, don't just be posting it for free. At least if you're gonna do that, like find a way to monetize it. I guess if you absolutely have to get it out, like if you like wholeheartedly believe that in your heart of hearts. But I mean, at least you know what I mean. At least do it in a way where you're able to eat off it. No, you ain't never thought of it like that. Cool. You could just sit there and wonder why you actively are losing friends every time you talk about your irrelevant drama that you're going through. So yeah, for those that like are actively wondering why I do what it is that I do, like you know what I mean? Like why the 1,000% on why the 1,000% honesty all the time? I don't like drama. And again, to address you individuals, because I know y'all gonna be a lot of the motherfuckers that's gonna see this shit when it gets clipped up, and y'all gonna have a whole lot of comments to make. So let's just address you motherfuckers right here and right now. Want to be like, oh, he claims that he's so good about honesty. What about that time where he didn't text me back for like 3 weeks? What was I doing for those 3 weeks? What week? Like, you know what I mean? What did I have going on during those 3 weeks? Was it in the summer? I was probably planning out some tour shit. Hmm. Was it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what time of year was it? Because that makes a difference. If it was during the summer, I was probably like, you know what I mean, in the middle of doing some tour shit. And I get it. I get it. Trust and believe me. To all those people that be like, well, sometimes it would be good if you just text people to make sure that they know that you're still alive. Cool. I hear you. Also, however, comma, it's a lot of stuff in a day that I have to get done. And I don't have a staff. So I have to do all of it. So if I can find some mean time in between time, whatever it is that I'm doing, to shoot you a quick little text or whatever, cool, I will. Again, I understand. Yes. Sometimes some of y'all just want to be making sure that a nigga's alive and still breathing. I understand that. Again, and trust and believe. Chat, y'all know this already. To all of the newbies on the YouTube side, this is not me complaining. This is just me making it as plain as it is right now. I have to do the work of like 17 niggas in 24 hours worth of time. We all have the same 24 hours, but I also have to do 17 niggas' jobs within that 24 hours. Again, not complaining. It's just how it is right now. I can't afford to put anybody on staff at the moment. So these are just the things that we have to do to make those things happen. Yes? Now, do not get it twisted. There are members of the Cozy Clubhouse that help in ways that they, you know what I mean? In the ways that they can. And it is much appreciated. But yet and still, my nigga, all them posts on social media, I run those. Like, you know what I mean? All the posts on all the social media accounts, I run those. So yeah, that's me making those posts. All of those songs that you hear me dropping, I write those. Yeah, it's me writing all of those. All of those beats you hear me making, I produce all of those. You don't believe me? Twitch.tv/BVMB1 underscore 47. I make them joints live. I make a lot of those joints live on stream. The mixing and the mastering of each and every song that it is that I record, yeah, it's me. When I do have performances, making sure that I get content, making sure that I get visual content of not just my performance, but everybody else's who goes on stage. Me, buddy. I can't pay for nobody to film me yet. The nigga making the show mixes and rehearsing to them for hours a day. Not complaining at all. It's just like, hey man, got a lot of shit going on. And I still consistently stream. So yeah, for all of you people to be like, oh, I really don't believe that he says that, you know what I mean? I just really don't believe that he could be blah 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 because he's so inconsistent and blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. You busy clocking in and working for a nigga, making another nigga money. No shade for that. No shade, like no shade, no tea, no shade at all. But just like at the end of the day, like let's just call a spade a spade. You breaking your back day in, day out, helping another motherfucker make money. All of the funds that the Cozy Clubhouse LLC accrues in this year alone starts and ends with how much work that I get done. All of it. All of it. Oh, but what about all of those streams on Spotify and stuff? That's because of the fact that I have amazing people like Miss Lady J and others in the community that are doing the work of the Lord and helping run those streams up. So yeah, buddy, all those streams are real, motherfucker. Ain't no bots, ain't no streaming farm over here. Ain't no bots playing those streams. And also for all of you individuals, since you swear up and down, you need to know so much about my damn life because you're so mad that I'm not texting you back every second of every day. Musically, there's a goal that I have. There's a goal that I have every year to at least drop. As far as projects are concerned, I have a minimum. I have a requirement for myself to at least drop 2 projects a year, at minimum. At minimum. At minimum. That means I have to produce and write. At minimum, 20 pieces of original material. With the fact that also I have to create content. I have to promote my Twitch and my YouTube channel. I have to, you know what I mean? Also including the fact that once a month I have to drop you know what I mean? I have to record and you know what I mean? Record and drop the audio, record and do visuals for the Showstopper TV series on YouTube. Shameless plug. So to all of you individuals that want to scream inconsistency as far as texting you back, humor me and tell me what of those things during the day would you like me to not do so that I can appease to your fragile ass little ego. Because that's clearly all that it comes down to at the end of all of this. At the end of all of this, that you just obviously didn't get enough attention coming up or whatever. And so it's the fact of the matter is you try to make and like spin this thing to make me feel bad that I'm not giving you enough attention because of the fact that I have all of this other shit in my life going on. Also forgot to mention that I'm also a big I also just became a big creator this year. So there's commitments that I have to give to that. Also, one of the goals I have this year is to make my way to Austin, Texas to go to DreamCon this year. You kind of got to raise money for that. So tell me when and where with the things that it is that I need to sacrifice so that I can satisfy your fragile ass little ego. To help feel it, like, you know what I mean, to help ease some pain that I didn't cause, that you grew up with, like from childhood, that you expect me as a grown ass man to help you, a grown ass adult, fix. My fault, chat. Forgive me. I know, but it's just, you know, just when you have people in your life that want to like, scream and like bring out blasphemous statements like that, and it's just like, nigga, you do realize I am consistently working towards building a self-sustaining empire. I'm not gonna say all the way by myself because, again, like you said, that's what y'all are here for, and y'all trust and believe you guys do help um, in more ways than you could even imagine. You know what I mean, with the being here, with the supporting, um, with the being active in the Discord. Um, you know what I mean, the all of the things. You know what I mean, all of the things that you do helps um, in ways that I can't even explain fully in words. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm building an empire brick by brick by myself. Um, and this is not to make me seem like a fucking da 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 super nigga. Like, cause I promise you, And chat, we have had this conversation um, as a chat, and to some of y'all, I've had this conversation with y'all multiple times privately. If I could get more people around that I could trust to do the thing to help me do some of the things that it is that I want to do, and be okay with not accepting, you know what I mean, and be okay with not accepting residuals up front for like a couple of years, then you know I would have a management team. I would have a social media manager. I would have, you know what I mean. I would have a videographer. I would have an editor. I would have all those things. But it's that thing of where I also understand motherfuckers realize that their time is valuable. So they're gonna want to be compensated for it, which I'm not mad about. Which is why I don't complain about it. Because it's just like, yeah, cool. Well, now I'm gonna have to just sit here and edit these songs till for, like, you know what I mean? Sit here and like mix and master a couple of these songs and like work on some artwork stuff until, like, you know what I mean? And send some emails out till 4 a.m. I will suffer the consequences and take the cuss out from my mods and my community members for that. Yeah, I will actively take that because it's that thing. Because that's the part of it that y'all don't see. Notice how notice how random individual number 212 that that I found a platform where I could vent and get that out, and I didn't have to make that a Facebook post and leave this and make it this ambiguous thing to where a whole bunch of people are now hitting you up wondering if you're who they're talking if they're who the, if they're who you're talking about or not. For the individuals who know who I'm shooting at, you feel every piece of this. No pause this time. You feel every piece of what I'm saying. And for the ones who know better, they know. Oh yeah, he's not talking about me. It's like, oh yeah, he's not talking about me on that part because I'm already knowing. And so if this is the part of the pod where you got to that point in the pod and where you're just like, oh, like, I don't really appreciate the fact that he had to do all of that on his, like, you know what I mean? I don't really appreciate the fact that he had to go on his stream to do all of that. He could have just, no, I couldn't have. Because you would have tried to act like a fucking child. And been like, oh, well, you must have had time today to, like, oh, well, look who all of a sudden had time to text me back. That's crazy. Respectfully, with love, shut the fuck up talking to me. because I done said everything that I've had to say with that part, as far as that's concerned. And again, for all of you children that are like, what does all of this have to do with a balanced lifestyle? I will tell you, young nigga, if you would just have patience, sit your young ass down somewhere and learn something. Now, as we've talked about before on this podcast, as we actively talk about often amongst the Cozy Clubhouse community, I have actively been working extremely hard to turn the Cozy Clubhouse from just a thing that I always, from just a thing that I call my community of supporters into an actual brand, which I did that, as we talked about earlier this year when I made the announcement, not only in Discord, but I made the announcement on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, all of the things, right? No, on threads, like on LinkedIn, the whole thing where I turned the Cozy Club, not by myself, because there were others that helped me get to this point. But I put the work in to turn the Cozy Clubhouse from just a thing, from just a thing that kind of rhymes because alliteration, to turning it into a brand. And like we talked about, taking all of these things that I was passionate about and turning it into a business, i.e., i.e., music production, i.e., content creation, i.e., um, you know what I mean? I.e., signing up and coming undiscovered talent, i.e., putting together shows and events, i.e., everything else that it is that I do. Because if I sat here and named everything, I promise you I would still forget something. But yeah, taking all of those things that I'm passionate about and I turned it into a brand, Cozy Clubhouse LLC. Now, while a lot of you youngins are either at school having this adult that should get paid more telling you what to do and teaching you this curriculum and shit, or whether you are the individual who punches in a clock, again, there's nothing wrong with it, and actively is working a 9 to 5, um, you know what I mean? And you put in your 8 hours of slavery, because that's what it is. You can't convince me otherwise. The only difference is they compensate you for it. It's still slavery. it's still a form of slavery. It's that's the modern plantation, and you can't convince me other like I know better now. I see it and I recognize it, and it's just like that thing of where again all those people in my family that are actively screaming, "Oh, but you got to take care of yourself. But you got to take care of yourself. But you got to take care of yourself. But you got to go again." Pop it out and look around at all that it is that I do. It's all of this stuff that it is that I have to do on top of also because you know what I mean. Because this is the thing that we're talking about. I got to take care of myself, right? So cool. So it's all of these things that I have to do that we are I've already spoken about in the previous section when I was venting. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In the previous portion of the stream via the vent. It's like, but I got to do all of those things on top of also realizing and understanding, just as an individual who lives on this fucking on this blue marble called Earth, I gotta eat. I gotta get a certain amount of sleep because if not, I will hear about it forever and a day. And it's that thing where it's just like, oh well, we're just saying because of your health, because of your like, you know what I mean? Your health. We want you healthy. We want you healthy. Oh, but you're not helping me work out. You're not helping me do these rehearsals. You're not helping me shoot any of these videos. You're not helping me send any of these emails. That you know what I mean? You're not doing the work like a Miss Lady J is and making sure that I eat. Because she knows actively I've probably been doing it moving for a couple of hours and I probably haven't eaten yet. And will actively on a daily basis, hey, you ate yet? And then I gotta be like, shit, have I? What time is it? No, but I'm going to. So it's that whole thing of where it's just like, oh, but it's that thing of where it's like, oh, but I gotta take care of myself though, right? Human me, gangster. Who's taking care of me? If I'm doing everything that I just said. Plus, making sure that I eat a little bit better because health is wealth. Plus making sure that I work out to some point, even if it's just push ups, sit ups, and dips. My body is moving. As far as cardio is concerned, that's what my rehearsal is for. So for all of y'all people that are actively like, what do you do for cardio? Rehearse. And my community can vouch for that because we literally did I literally did a rehearsal stream once. So you know what I mean? I haven't drunk soda in 2 years because health is wealth. Because again, you gotta take care of yourself. I made that decision. Coffee, tea, juice, and water is the most stuff that I drink. Yeah, I'll occasionally have a shot of tequila or two, maybe four on the holidays. But again, y'all want to sit here and scream that to those individuals in my family that are constantly saying that. You know what I mean? Oh, you got to take care of yourself. Who the fuck else am I taking care of? Respectfully, who else am I taking care of other than me? Because last time I checked, it wasn't y'all motherfuckers coming over here and shaving my face every 2 weeks. Y'all motherfuckers not coming to the house and making and washing my ass every other day. Me. So again, respectfully, family and other individuals that want to keep bringing that, like, you know what I mean, that want to keep making this, like, you know what I mean, that want to keep trying to act like, oh, I got him. If I keep telling him that, that'll put a dagger in this conversation. It won't. It won't. I've also grown as a vocalist. In case you didn't know. Shout out to my good sis for sending me those videos of those vocal coaches doing those things and shooting me stuff about occasional vocal exercises and things of that nature. So again, and trust and believe, nobody's making these two wonderful individuals do those things. They just decided to start doing that. Nobody told them to. Nobody made them. Nobody forced them to. But I'm not taking care of myself, right? I don't need to explain myself to y'all because it's that same thing of where it's just like also come to realize the same individuals are saying that are the very same individuals that have yet to stream any of my music ever. When the Dark Side Diaries drops, I'll be up to 42. original pieces of music that I've put out, that I've officially put out. In 10 years. And this is my second year as a full-time artist and content creator. Respectfully, would love, talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Only up from here. So, to all of you nigglets and ne'er do wells that are like, what does this have to do with leading a balance? What does this have to do with a balanced lifestyle? All of that has to do with it. And I don't give a damn how that makes me sound like, because I will be that guy. Take care of your sexual health. Don't be fucking on everything. Just cause Shorty throwing it at you and she wants you to do that shit, don't fuck on everything that throws it at you. Trust me. Just trust me. I made a lot of mistakes in my early 20s, and I had enough scares to last me a lifetime. So, your sexual health is important. Spiritual health is important. Connect yourself with some spiritually grounded people. I'm not going to tell you what or who to pray to or what to believe in, because that's not my place. But what I will say is find you some spiritually grounded people. Point blank, period. That's all I'm going to say about that. Absolutely, in your heart of hearts, find you some spiritually grounded people. Trust me, your life will be better for it. Physical health. Take care of yourself. Eat as good as you possibly can. Stay in the best shape for you as humanly possible. Niggas, all of you niggas are not going to be built like how you were built in high school for the rest of your fucking life. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not. It's not. You can be as mad as you want to be, but I don't look like how I looked like when I was in high school. But I work at it daily to keep my shape in shape. Mm-hmm. 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 That's the main point. Oh, stop it. um, Damn it, woman. What was I saying? Physical health. Um, your mental health is also important. Take care of that shit. My black folks, specifically my young black men, come close. Let me put you niggas on some game. Talking about your feelings doesn't make you weak. Not talking about them does. Not acknowledging the fact anytime that you feel hurt, disappointment, or any of those other emotions in between, that's what makes you weak. Not acknowledging those things. If you acknowledge those things, that actually makes you a lot stronger than most individuals because you know, if there is trauma, like, you know what I mean? If there is trauma from your life that you have not addressed and you really feel the need and compelled to go talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. You're not a weirdo for going to talk to somebody. Nobody's going to judge you for going to talk to somebody about whatever happened to you when you was 2, that, you know what I mean, that you feel is something that like you have always needed to address. You're not weird for that. You niggas that act like you're too macho and act like you're super nigga and here sitting here walking around angry, 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 all the time. You're the one who's a fucking weirdo. Shut the fuck up and go talk to somebody, nigga. Black men, it doesn't make you gay to tell your best friend to tell your partners that you love them. Also, young black man who might be gay, if you are, that's fine. Nobody should be judging you for who you love. I said what I said. To my beautiful black queens, I see you. You're doing the damn thing. If ain't nobody told you this in a long time, you are loved. I'm proud of you. You getting up every single day and you making it happen. But also, if you, dear queen, need to go see somebody and talk to somebody and just let some shit out, you can do that. Like you should absolutely thoroughly do that. Yeah. make you a crazy person because you know what I mean? Go do the things. Now, to my men in general, again, go get therapy. It doesn't make you a weak ass nigga. You sitting here acting like you can handle that shit all by your goddamn self is what makes you a weak ass nigga. And for all you LeBron sexuals out there, as great as y'all niggas think that man is, that nigga needs help too. On the basketball court and in his everyday life. Cleveland wouldn't have won that series without Cleveland wouldn't have won that series when Golden State blew that 3-1 lead. If it wasn't for Kyrie's, leave that man's hairline alone. Case in point is even for all of you LeBron sexuals that love that man with your whole everything. Um, as great as y'all think that man is, even he needed help. Even he needs help. I mean, it's a team sport, but we already know how. We've already had this conversation about how sports media works. Niggas do that shit all the time. They did that shit. They did that shit to the Bucks. They did that shit to Giannis and the Bucks when the Bucks won the championship. Giannis would have never done it without his entire team. But the way the sports media would make it look, you would have thought Giannis was out there just running and dunking and scored all the points. You know what I mean? They do it with all the superstars in the league, to be honest. And it's not just in that sport, it's in every sport. Again, another individual that my most valuable mod, Miss Lady J, is not a fan of, but even Patrick Mahomes needed help to win that Super Bowl. And yes, Miss Lady J, I know you still don't think he counts. You still think he doesn't count. It's fine. Um, but even he needed help to get that job done. Bottom line, what I'm saying is in order to lead a balanced lifestyle, as far as your mental health is concerned, get your pride and your ego out the fucking way and admit when you need some help with some shit. Just admit it. Just admit that you need help with some shit. It's fine. Like nobody's gonna hate you for that shit. Nobody's gonna be like, "What? You need help? Boo! You suck! Boo!" Nobody's gonna do that. And if the niggas do boo you, like the niggas that do boo you for needing help, them niggas suck. Cause it's like your holistic health. Again, us males, come close, niggas. Put you on game real quick. Going to the doctor is not a bad thing. There's some things that penicillin and an ice bath isn't gonna fix. It's some shit that drinking orange juice and ginger ale ain't gonna knock out. If you're someone like me that doesn't have 100% Black Zebra, what's happening with you? If you're somebody like me that doesn't have 100% trust in Western medicine, there's holistic doctors out there that do both. There are holistic doctors out there that practice both. Talking about a balanced lifestyle, just in general. You just caught me mid thought. Welcome in. We appreciate you for stopping by. Saying all that to say, yes, work hard and chase your dreams. Achieve all of your goals before you leave this earth. Because the one thing I don't want to never hear is that anybody that's ever been like a supporter or a follower of me, I don't want to ever hear that any of you motherfuckers died with dreams still left in your heart. And make sure that before you leave this motherfucking earth, everything that you ever dream of and want to achieve, you achieve them shits. Point blank in a period. Love hard, love with no regrets, love who you want to love. Um, Yeah. It's not glazing if you think somebody's dope. Just some weird shit that you young niggas started doing. I said what I said. Um, yeah. Take care of you and take care of your family when you can and live life to the absolute fullest. I'm not saying those are the keys to a balanced lifestyle. Those are my keys to a balanced lifestyle. Rock with it. Don't. Matters to me none. That's the YouTube. That's the music. That's the Discord. Don't come in my shit being a weirdo, or I'm gonna kick you the fuck out. That's all I'm gonna say. Respectfully with love. Everybody's welcome to be a member of the Cozy Clubhouse. Give a damn what walk of life you come from. All the things, right? If you're watching this back sometime in the future, leave a like if it's on the YouTube side. Subscribe if you're new. Um, Drop a comment if you're feeling brave. That's the throne. Um, Damn. Thought it was something else that I was gonna say, and then I forgot. That's what I was gonna say. Tomorrow there's not gonna be any R&B church service because I gotta get some more work done for this album. Um, so tomorrow's just gonna be another take your chat to work stream. You guys are welcome to come. Um, I know for a lot of y'all, you know what I mean. The R&B church service is y'all favorite part of the week. Um, Since you know I'll be there. Yeah, sure you will. Um, I didn't mean it like that because I do know you will be there. Um, and I love to hear it. Meantime, in between time, who all is still? She is still alive. That's craziness. There's no way. Eh, perfect. Now, for you new booties, because of the fact that it's Women's History Month, we are gonna go show some love. We are gonna go show some love to Mama Preem. If y'all don't know, she's the head. If y'all didn't know, she's the head queen in charge of the big creator. Um, and stuff and things. She's the one that keeps all of us and everything organized. Um, Along with K Dot and others. Um, I mean, they obviously, of course, have a team, so of course. But yeah, she's the yeah, she's over there playing Poppy Playtime. Chapter 3. Um, yes, I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, 5 p.m. Uh, Pacific time, specific time. Um, and yeah, we're gonna show the Facebook fam how we get down again. Um, I'm not gonna say so. Be on your best behavior because y'all do whatever y'all want. Um, and I'm here for it. It's appreciated. So again, until next time, love y'all. Peace. Take all of this love with y'all.